Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martyna, and today I would love to invite you to join me for another craft therapy session. And if you are new here on my channel, craft therapy is a series of videos in which we spend an hour or so together from time to time, and we do anything creative without worrying about specific projects, without kind of overthinking everything and anything. It can be anything, it can be complicated, it can be super simple as cutting out some tags, which is mostly what I'm going to be doing today. This series I created because sometimes I just feel I feel that my creativity is not always on the same level. Sometimes I definitely feel much less creative, but I still want to do something. And so this way, by doing those videos, we can come together and we can just relax and create for the joy of it, and play with paper for the joy of it, and yeah, just relax, just recharge. I'm also going through a bit of a creativity slump because of everything that's been going on in the world. I feel like it's been much, so I feel that this creativity session, creativity craft therapy is much needed. And so I would love for you to join me. I would love for you to grab a project that you would like to work on, or maybe just some images to fussy cut, anything you would like to do, maybe a nice hot beverage, and let's just do something together. And so today I would like to work a little bit with my floral collage tags. This is a set of tags which is available in my Etsy shop, and I will leave the link for the shop down below if you guys would like to check them out. I am running a sale right now for the whole week in my shop if you would like to grab something on sale. But basically these tags are this is a set of various shapes and sizes of tags with collaged backgrounds. So in the backgrounds there is some vintage papers, music papers, there are doilies, there is a little bit of this gold glitter, which I really love. And then the focal points are beautiful flowers. And so let me show you guys. So we have those 3 big tags. We have 2 pages of those smaller ones, which I really like. The second page is somewhere here. There are those which have kind of like a rounded tops. There's this page. So this is, again, middle size, I would say. But I love this. I love all of these flowers, really. Then this is the second page of the small ones. And this page, I believe, is exclusive for patrons. Yes, this is exclusive for patrons. So the patrons get the patrons on the printables tier get all of these plus 3 tags more. So if you are interested, you can always check the link in the description box for my Patreon. But all of these are a set which is available in my Etsy shop. And so today what I think I'm going to do is I would like to add something to those tags and kind of prepare them to add them to my journals, because obviously you could just cut them out and add them to your journals as they are, but I would like to maybe add some fabrics on the top, maybe some eyelets, maybe some beads and charms. I would also maybe like to mat them with something, with maybe coffee paper or something like that, because this is a rather stark white paper. I printed them on copy paper, although these are quite thick, and this not copy paper, sorry, photo paper, and this photo paper is actually double-sided, excuse me, so I could perhaps some of them I could just maybe ink around the backs and leave them as they are, because this is really nice to write on. Anyway, I don't have a plan. I just want to cut them out, so there will be a lot of me just cutting out those tags, but this is, you know, this is what those craft therapy videos are, and those craft therapy projects. This can be as simple as just cutting out some printables. And so if you have, if you don't have an idea what you could do, if you would like to join me in this craft therapy session, but you have maybe some printables you would like to cut out, or like I mentioned, some fussy cutting elements, then I think that's a great idea. I also think that cutting and inking, those are very relaxing activities, because they are so repetitive, and yeah, it's just, and yet you are still doing something creative with your hands. You are still building your stash, because I am going to decorate them slightly and then add them to my stash, and then when I'm making some journals, I will be able to just grab them and add them to the journals. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I hope you guys will enjoy, if not the project, because it's not going to be anything special, then just maybe spending a time with me. I am definitely slowly but surely getting back to my filming routine, which is amazing, because it really, filming videos it gives me so much joy. It can be stressful, that's why I sometimes just do it much more rarely, less frequently, but it gives me so much joy, and it also relaxes me so much when I can just do a very simple project and chat with you. This is just something I really like to do. So I'm very happy that I am finally feeling kind of, I guess, confident enough to start filming again. Okay, let's go. Which ones? Maybe I will take these. Although this I printed on a thinner paper, because my printer kind of rebelled and it wouldn't take this thicker paper. So maybe I will go with the thicker tags first. How are you guys? How is everyone? How is your weekend going? Are you doing anything special this weekend? Anything fun, or maybe just relaxing, which is also very special. for me, I think I am going to do some relaxing. Derek and I are planning a little trip in the beginning of May, so it's like a week ahead. So I'm also going to be probably making some lists of things I still have to get done before we go, both kind of work-wise and trip-wise, with like packing. I'm going to have to see if I haven't been anywhere abroad, especially anywhere abroad or anywhere for longer than just a few days in ages. I think my last trip, which was abroad and longer than just a few days, was in mid 2019 perhaps, so definitely before the pandemic, before everything. And yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm excited, but it's also a bit scary. I used to travel quite a lot, and now I don't know. I feel like I feel a little bit rusty when it comes to traveling and to packing and getting organized. So we will see how it goes. But yeah, so this weekend I will definitely devote some time to just plan and to see if I'm missing anything, to make sure I have a luggage which is going to fit within the airplane limitations. Airplane, yeah, yes, we are going by plane. And yeah, we will be going to Malta, which is an island south from Italy. It does not belong in a way to Italy. It's its own republic, and from what I've seen, it's quite stunning. So I'm very excited. There's a lot to see there. And yeah, but I will be filming some videos since I'm definitely in a mood for doing some filming. So even if I am gone for a few days, for a week or so, there will be most probably some videos for you guys to craft with while I'm gone. Okay, how many do we have? We have those 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's okay, although I do love these, but with these I would probably need to back them on something thicker than just coffee paper, so maybe I will leave them for another day or another crafting session. And let's see what I would like to do. So I think those small ones, I'm not going to be backing them with anything. I will just go around with vintage photo around the back and maybe add some gold on the front. But these larger ones, so the 6 of them, I will grab some coffee paper. Give me a sec, please. A couple of sheets of coffee paper, and I will just glue them, cut around them, and then I will probably also stitch around them. So let's do this first, and I am thinking I'm going to use, excuse me, I think I bumped my tripod. I think I'm going to just use double-sided tape to add those here. Now, how many can I fit? How do I do this so I can fit the most of those? No, still I'm going to have to use two sheets of paper. That's okay. So other than packing, or rather planning my packing, and I'm using double-sided tape, and I'm leaving a little bit of space on the edges because I will want to stitch around, so I would not want to stitch through the double-sided tape. So other than packing, planning to pack, I am going to just rest a little bit, plan maybe some videos and some things I have to do next week. Before we go, we may go to see a movie. I'm filming this video on Friday, and so today on Friday this movie The Northman is coming to the cinemas here in Poland. I'm not sure if it's been available worldwide before today, but today it premieres in Poland. And yeah, I like Vikings. I like Norse mythology. I'm very interested in it. So I think we may go. I've no idea. I pretty much know nothing about this movie other than it's Viking inspired, and that it stars the actress who played the main role in the Queen's Gambit, the chess TV series, chess themed TV series. She was the main protagonist, and I really liked her. So that's all I know, and yeah, we are probably going to see it. I hope the weather is okay. I don't think it will be great, but I hope it's okay enough so that we can walk, because the cinema that we would go to is about maybe 40 minutes away on foot from where we live. So it's a bit of a distance, but if the weather is okay, then it can be a really nice walk. I really like those big tags. I love the size. And I think they are big enough that if you use them as journal cards, so the backs you use as journal cards, you can actually fit a whole photo here as well. Okay, I'm going to do this one this way because I have a nice imprint. Yeah, it's more visible on this side, but I want it on my tag. Okay, so that's that. Now we can cut them out. Where's my... Okay, here are my scissors. And I think I'm going to start by quickly just separating them. So when I get back in May, I am going to show you guys my completed vintage rose journals. I have 7 of those. I'm going to be listing them in my shop as well. I'm also going to share with you the big fairy journal, which I mentioned in the last video. I'm going to also list in my shop, and then all the profit that I will make from this journal, so every bit of money that I get on my account from this journal is going to go to a charity organization which helps Ukrainian refugees here in Poland. And then I am also going to do a YouTube giveaway, which I promised, I believe, some time ago. I kind of wanted to make it as a was it 3 years? Is it possible I'm 3 years on YouTube already? I think I am. I'm pretty sure. I mean, where did the time go? So yeah, I wanted to do it as a 3-year anniversary, which was in April, but because I just don't feel like I can do it right now, I'm just going to move it a little bit to May. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. I have a pretty nice prize for you to share with you in this giveaway. Okay, now these scraps I'm going to keep. And so keep your eye on this. It should be in about maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so these these are done. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to change a battery in my camera in a moment. So when I pause the video to go with these to my sewing machine, I will do that. But first, I'm thinking I will quickly go around the backs of those smaller tags with vintage photo, not the fronts, because I don't yet know if I would like to ink them or maybe gild the edges with my gilding paste. We will see. But this I can do. I think I need to change this sponge part because it's losing fibers when I ink. Okay, so these are these small ones, and now I think yes, so I am going to pause the video, change my my battery in the camera, and I will stitch around those tags which I backed. These maybe not, maybe not. I will leave them as they are. Maybe we'll add something to them later. And yeah, I will be back in just a second. Okay, now that I have them all stitched around, I used a zigzag stitch for the bigger ones and just a simple straight stitch for the smaller ones, and then I left these without any stitching. I think I will take 3 of those of the same size and punch a hole through those, as well as through those. I will add eyelets. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do the same thing with those, although maybe, I don't know. I don't yet know. Maybe I will first do the bigger ones and then think about what to do with the smaller. Righty, so let me grab my eyelets. And so I need 6 of just the regular ones, 2, 4, and 6. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. Dropped my tool. Oh, this is not easy. The hole that I made is slightly larger than those eyelets, so they keep yeah, they keep doing this. Okay, but we are almost done here. Now I think if I want to ink around or maybe add some gold, this would be the time, because when I have something here it's going to be slightly more difficult. So I am going to use my gilding wax. This one is Gold Pasta, which is from Renaissance. This is a Polish brand, but any gilding wax, any gilding paste, gold texture paste, anything like that will do. And I am, as always, just using a little bit of it on my finger and going around the edges of the tag. This gives it a slightly messy look, which I like. Also, under my last video, a couple of you guys were so kind to ask how my puppy was, how Zuzia was. Thank you so much for asking. She is quite well. She is enjoying, whenever we have a warmer day, she would spend like the whole day in the garden. We have this tiny garden. We live on a ground floor, so we have a tiny garden instead of a balcony, and so she loves to go there, lay on a small couch that we have there, and bake in the sun, or just sniff things. I don't know what there is to sniff. The garden is really tiny, and she's probably already sniffed all there was there. But yeah, she is an outdoors kind of girl when it's when the weather is nice, because when it's raining, she's such a princess, you guys. She is such a princess. When it's raining, she wants to go out, you know, to pee or just do her thing, and she will like scratch on the door to the garden, which is her sign that she wants to go outside, and then she will make like a step or a half a step, and for a few seconds just stare at the weather with contempt, you guys. This is a contemptuous look that she gives the weather, and then she will just go back to the apartment and go back to sleep, and she won't be going outside that day unless she really needs to. So, but thankfully, well, we haven't had a lot of very sunny days. Today and yesterday were actually quite gloomy and dark, but thankfully it hasn't been raining, so at least she can go outside and we can go on short walks with her. And she's a happy little dog. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, Zuzia is my doggo, my Chihuahua. And she's quite precious. Yeah. So on Easter, we don't really celebrate Easter kind of religiously, but we meet the whole family. So we were actually invited to go to my aunt who lives here in Krakow, and so my mom and my sister came, and then my cousins were there as well. And so me and Darek, we of course took Zuzia with us, so she was ecstatic. She was ecstatic with the amount of attention that she got from everyone, and with the amount of scraps of food that she got. So that was a fun time. Okay, I love how this gold frame looks on those tags. So pretty already, I think. And what would I like to add to those toppers? Let's see my super messy scraps box. I have this nice eyelash trim. This is like a powder pink and some cream. And I also should have, let me see. Maybe I do. I got this from a lovely friend. Look at this gold, you guys. This is a beautiful gold. It looks like a Christmas decoration, something like that. But I love using those two together. What else do I have? I have some scraps of Sari silks, but I am not sure I have any colors that would work that well. Well, I can pull them aside and we will see. I have this. This is a short one. There's also something like this. Not sure if it's not a bit too thick. A little bit of this neutral color one. Okay, I think we can see what we can do with what we have here. So will this pink work with some of those here? No, but I like it here, and I think this this one, maybe this one as well. So let's go for these three. Let's go with the pink eyelash trim and pair it with the gold ribbon. So I'm going to cut 3 pieces of this, and I will get those threads everywhere, but that's fine. That's okay. And then I will try to get a similar length pieces of this gold one. It's so pretty. And I think it goes really well with the gold we've already put on those tags with the gilding wax. So here we go. This is not all I want to do with those tags. We could leave it at that, of course, but I'm thinking I would like to add, at least to some of them, a nice little bob pin with a charm or some beads, something like that, to add even a little bit more interest. Yeah, I do love it. I do love the combination of eyelash trim, and this is like a tiny eyelash as well, but this gold is just so gorgeous. I'm going to be very sad when I run out of this trim. I will have to look for something similar somewhere locally. Okay. Really cute. And then this or this. I'm thinking this because the pink works really nice with the pink on the tag. Like that, and then for the rest of those, let's see. Let's see, I could use kind of the same thing. Now, do I want to use the sari silk for any of those? Well, I'm tempted to use this. But maybe to kind of stay in the same convention, I'm going to go with the eyelash trim and the gold. But this time I am choosing the white or cream eyelash trim. One, 2, and 3. Okay, just need to trim this the end of this eyelash trim because it just curled in a weird way. Then we have number 2. And then the last one. Hope I don't have all of these loose threads on my sleeves. Definitely have some of them. Alrighty. And so now I think maybe I will add the pin with a bulb pin with a couple of beads or something like that, but maybe just those big ones, because the small ones I kind of wouldn't want to cover any of this image. I think they are just so pretty as they are, but these ones I'm going to take 3. This is what I mean by bulb pins, just in case you don't know. These are those like safety pins, but in a bulb shape. And let me take my two boxes of beads, and let's see if I have anything I could use here. And maybe a white one. And now, do I want to go through the eyelet or through the threads? Maybe the eyelet. Yeah, maybe the eyelet. Let's try the threads. If I'm not immediately loving it, then I think I will try the other option as well, because this way I can do it more like that. Okay, I think I like it. I think I like it more like this. So this is just a little bit of something, you know, a little bit of a different texture. So then we have this one. So again, I could go with the pink, little pink one. This one is too small. And is this one going to be too big? Yeah, too big to to go through the pin. So maybe the same combination actually, because I love those two big beads together, those two colors. So cute. And then for this one, maybe we will choose, where's the ball pin here? Maybe we will choose a gold. A gold, and then again a white. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what we have. We have 3 bigger tags with threads and pins and beads, and then we have those 3 smaller ones with just gold gilded edges and some trim, and all of them are backed on this coffee stained paper. Just for the comparison, this is the kind of the size difference between all of those. So we have in the set you will get, I believe, 3 of this size, 6 of this size if I remember correctly, and 10 of this size, the smallest one. And yeah, but I think I would call it a day. So let me maybe show you guys those tags in a little bit of a more detail, if you would like to see them. Again, these are available in my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box, and I am currently having a sale in my shop if you would like to check it out. And here is the pin with the beads. So thank you so much for crafting with me today, guys. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope you had a little bit of fun. I will say that this kind of doing something like that, which is maybe a little bit repetitive, because I was inking around all of those tags, I was gilding, I was adding the same things to the top, but this just really relaxes me. It helps me to relax some of the day's tension, and it is still, I believe, being creative without actually having to be like super creative, and without having to come up with a incredible new project. This was so simple, but I honestly can't wait to add these to my stash and to have them ready for when I'm making a journal, and then I can just use them there. So yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you spent a little bit of a relaxing time with me today. I wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will speak to you very, very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.